Hey guys, what's up? How are you? I hope that you guys are having an amazing one today. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Gerel, and in today's video we are going to be trying the new concealer from Tarte. This is the Radiant Shape Tape Concealer, and I am really excited for this one because I was a true fan for the Shape Tape. This ones are right here, OGs, and they're definitely were my favorite for a very long time. So I'm really excited to see a new version of it, especially if you are interested in a really nice hydrating concealer but it's going to give you full coverage. And I'm really excited to see what this concealer is going to give us. Not only that, but I also have some goodies that I haven't tried from Tarte as well, like the Maracuja Juicy Glow. We also have the powder, which is the Amazonian clay powder that I hear really good things about it, but I haven't tried it yet. I also got this little trio right here, which is the Clay Play to Go. And we also have this little blush right here that is not new, but it's new to me. I also got a new Shape Tape, like the regular one, because I absolutely love it so much. And I did get mine in the shade 345 Medium Sand. I also have, of course, the blush that everyone is comparing it to, the Charlotte Tilbury. And this right here, which is the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plum. It has been in my collection for a very long time and I still have yet to try it. So we're definitely going to be trying some new products today. So let's go ahead and get into the video. But before we do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That is definitely something that you guys are not doing. I don't know why. But that's okay. I mean, if you guys are watching, I really do appreciate it. But don't forget to subscribe before you guys go. You can also like this video, and that definitely helps out my channel so much. And I really truly appreciate all of the love and support that you show to my channel. And you can also click on the little bell that will notify you whenever I upload a new video, which is every single week. And let's go ahead and jump into the video. I'm going to link everything down below in the description area just in case you guys are interested. But for primer, I don't have anything from Tarte, so I am going to be using this one from Caliray, which is the So Blown primer that I have been really enjoying, especially because I do have an oily T-zone and I want to make sure that it really tames my oils and it feels really nice and hydrating at the same time. So here is the packaging for the Maracuja Juicy Glow, and I did get mine in the shade 335 Sand. Here we have a swatch of it on the back of my hand. I actually burned myself cooking, so don't mind that. It's a little thick, so we will see how it actually goes. I am just going to spread it out on this side of my face. It's a little deep, but we definitely can make it work. Just gonna drag it down to my neck. I don't know exactly what I am expecting from this foundation, but I know that it's going to give me a glow for sure. So here is a little bit of information about this foundation. Medium coverage, radiant finish, blends like a second skin to blur the look of pores. Hyaluronic acid plus superfood complex for hydrated, brighter, and smoother looking skin. Here's how the skin looks with the Maracuja Juicy Glow foundation. I am going to build it up a little bit because I still see a little bit of redness here. Just a little bit in the center of my face. So I try to build it up a little bit more in the center of my face. It's not too glowy where you feel uncomfortable or it's too greasy. It doesn't feel heavy either. I don't feel like it's a true medium coverage in my opinion. I think that it's a really nice light coverage, you know, borderline medium, but it's really not a true medium. That is the way that I am seeing it on my skin. It looks really nice, it even on my skin tone. So let's go ahead and now move on to the concealer because that I am super excited for. So here we have the packaging for the Shape Tape Radiant Concealer, and I do have mine in the shade Medium Sand. Here is a swatch of this concealer, and we do have a swatch right here. I don't know if you can tell, but we also have the swatch of the foundation, which is also a Medium Sand. So this is definitely going to give us a little bit of more brightness just because it does have a peachy undertone. So let's go ahead and now try it, and it's definitely providing us with a little bit of hydration, radiance, so it's not matte. Just going to add it around my mouth and adding a little bit around my nose. So I'm going to blend it out with a sponge. I'm going to start with the concealer around my mouth first. I'm going to add a little bit of concealer around here just because I do see a little bit of redness peeking through. I'm going to blend it out under the eyes now, and it blends out really nicely. I'm going to add it on my eyelids as well because I do have discoloration on my eyelids. I do see that there is a little bit of darkness peeking through in the very inner corner of my eye, just a little bit. Beautiful coverage. I didn't even have to like correct any of my under eyes discoloration that I have here in the inner corner. It was peeking through a little bit, but it's actually looking pretty nice. I do see a little bit of green right here, but nothing too crazy that is going to, you know, make me have to correct my under eyes. The hydration and the luminosity that is giving my skin is stunning. I am getting older. I am definitely embracing the luminosity, but you can go ahead and just take a quick look at the under eyes and the skin. So I am going to be moving to this powder right here, which is the Amazonian Clay Thai High Performance Natural Powder. And I do have mine in the shade 275 Light Medium Sand. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this powder. So it's not too bright. I'm afraid that it's going to darken my under eyes. Let me just blend it out a little bit. I need to powder my face. So this is definitely something that I have to do. I do see build up a little bit here, which I'm not liking. Let me just use my sponge. So I don't feel like this powder is actually doing anything good for my skin right now. I do feel like it's just settling into my lines. It's like emphasizing them a little bit in this area right here. As I am touching my skin, I still feel the product, like the concealer and the foundation is still very much tacky, which is not good for me because again, I am oily to combination. Even though I absolutely love that radiant and that, you know, finish, I still want my face to be set. So I am going to use a loose setting powder on this side right here just to see if there's any difference. I'm going to use my puff and my Givenchy powder. Going to blend it out first and I'm going to set it. So here is a side-by-side. As you can see, they're completely different. This side is completely mattified, like my Givenchy powder just completely set everything in place. It made everything really nice and smooth in my pore area. It's super blurring right now. The concealer still is really nice and it's giving me that coverage, but it took the luminosity away from my skin, which I really do like because I know my oils are definitely going to come through, versus this powder right here where I still feel, yeah, definitely feel the difference. It's still tacky. It hasn't set my concealer or foundation in place and I definitely do need it. Let me just use this little tool right here from Beauty Blender. Let me just wipe it as much as I can and I'm going to use this powder right here with this. Let's see if it actually provides me with a little bit more coverage. It is definitely a tool situation, not a brush for this powder. I definitely have to go in with a tool like this just to make sure that I am picking up the product and setting everything in place. It's looking a little heavy on this side right here just because I added a little bit too much powder with the brush and also now with the sponge, but the concealer is looking really nice. I absolutely love the way it's looking on this side with the Givenchy powder. It's looking really nice and smooth just because we didn't add so many layers to it. All right guys, so we're back in filming mode right now. I actually had to step away for 2 hours because I had to take a Zoom call and I was in a meeting with my mother. We do real estate, so we had to work for a couple of hours, but it is 1:21 and I started this video at 10 o'clock in the morning. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step, which is adding the contour Shape Tape Sculpt, and this one I do have mine in the shade Cool Bronze. So let's go ahead and apply it. This is not new to me. I do really like it. Let's see how this does right on top of powder. Again, it has been a couple of hours since I applied the powder, so we will see how this works. I'm definitely going to try to do a comparison test side by side with this one and also the e.l.f. because I do have those in my collection. I just haven't gotten the time to film those videos or comparing it. I really try to focus on my main channel and really all of my energy goes into my YouTube channel, which is like long form videos. But to be frank with you guys, I mean, my videos are not doing so well and I feel really like sad sometimes and discouraged, but I can't stop just because I absolutely love like talking to you guys, really showing you the products, going into depth and reviewing products products and doing wear tests, and that all takes time. And I wish that I can find a way to maybe compete against the algorithm, because again, it is a little bit discouraging sometimes, but I can't stop it. Okay, I can. It's not gonna happen. I absolutely love doing long like videos like this. I just feel like it's more my style. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm like in a race whenever I am doing a shorts video. And this is not the first time that I've talked about this. I talk about this a lot. And the reason why I tell you guys is because you guys, the viewers, are the ones that are going to be able to help me to get my channel to where I actually want it to be one day, to reach more people. So if you guys leave me comments, you guys like my videos, if you guys share my videos, that all helps me out. And trust me, I'm not pushing you for you guys to do it. I mean, you don't have to do it whatsoever. It's only if you really appreciate my content, you know, it will mean so much to me for you guys to really share it and, you know, just help your girl out because this does take time and I absolutely love it. So if you guys have any friends, family, or, you know, just share it in your social medias. You never know, you never know. We're going to add a little bit of blush, and this is new. I have not even touched it, opened it, or anything. So I am really excited for this one. And this one is in the shade Berry. I mean, same packaging as Charlotte Tilbury. It is kind of crazy. It's a little sheer. I do have this one as well, which is from the Man Eater line from Tarte. And this one is also in the shade Berry. So, you know, here it goes. Comparison video, baby. Here is the shade. Oh yeah, this one is super pigmented. Go ahead and use this one right here just because I do want to test the formula out. And if anything, we can always add a little bit of the Man Eater. I'm going to... You know what? I'm actually going to add this to the back of my hand just because I don't want to go directly into my skin and maybe create some patches. So I'm going to use a clean part of my sponge and just add it like that. So I did not purchase any of the highlighters just because I know I'm not going to use it. I'm going to build it up a little bit more. I'm barely tapping it on my skin. And this is giving me a beautiful glow on the cheeks. I'm going to add a little bit of this one right here now. Like a super tiny bit. It's super pigmented. So let me just add a little bit and see what happens. Oh yeah, you see that? That is a lot of pigment. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, okay. Just going to blend it in. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of this trio right here, and we're going to start with a bronzing shade. Love the packaging. Hopefully they still have it available because, you know, Tarte sometimes comes out with a lot of really nice products and then they disappear. It's limited edition. So let's go ahead and start with this bronzing shade right here, which I'm hoping that is a good shade for me. It is in the shade Dawn to Earth, and I'm using my Sigma F40 brush, which is one of my favorite brushes. So you can see there's a lot of kickback and a lot of fallout. So I see that it's giving me a really nice bronzy color. So if you are tan or on a deeper complexion, I don't think that this is going to work out for you, at least not the bronzer. Using the Tarte powder just to clean things up. These two right here, they feel like they do have a lot of sheen to it. Like it could be used for a glowy blush. I mean, look at this one right here. That is so pretty. And here is the highlighter. So using my Refer 4 brush, and I'm using the Elements shade, which is this one right here. It does have a little sheen to it, so I don't think I'm going to add any highlighter. I mean, look at that. That is so pretty. Totally skipping on the highlighter. I mean, because that is enough glow. We don't need any more glow than this. I'm using my sponge just to like melt it into the skin. But oh my goodness, that is insane. That is so beautiful. So now moving on to the eyes, and I'm going to be using the Tarte Man Eater palette. And this one right here is how the color story looks like. I have done several videos using this palette, and I think it was last year. If you guys want to search it up, or I will link it down below in the description area or put it somewhere at the end of this video. But I absolutely love this palette so much. It is so good, such a good quality. And I'm going to just do something simple, nothing too crazy. We're going to start with this shade right here, and I'm just going to add it a little bit on the crease, just as you see here. I'm going to start from the outer corner and I'm going to just work it in. I'm going to also work this shade in my lower lashes. Take the shade Hot in Here with my finger. I'm just going to tap it in the center and then work it from side to side, the inner corner and the outer corner, and make it a meet with the shade that we added on the crease. Now going back with this palette right here and taking a little bit of the highlighter, we're just going to add it to the very inner corner, adding it a little bit on the brow bone. I'm going to do my brows and add mascara off camera because I don't have anything from Tarte. I'm back, and like I said, I was going to do my brows. I curl my lashes, add a mascara, and I end up doing a little super wing liner, nothing too crazy. And now let's go ahead and move on to the lips. I'm going to line my lips using the shade Lavish from LYS. I'm going to fill them in. And now I am going to add this Maracuja Juicy Lip Plum, and this is in the shade Primrose. Oh my goodness, so good. All right guys, so here is the final look. Skin is looking really nice, hydrated, really glowy, and it definitely has to do with this little trio right here that we use on their skin. This blush is a blush topper. It's definitely going to give you that glow, so if you're not into like glowy cheeks, then definitely skip on this palette. But if you are into it and you want something that is a little bit like golden corally, then this palette is definitely going to be your best friend. It does have a really nice beautiful highlighter, but I did have to skip it on the cheeks just because the blush itself, it gives me enough glow to feel okay that I don't need a highlighter. The bronzer did work out really nicely. It blended to the skin just fine. When it comes to the complexion products that I tried today, like this one right here, the Maracuja Juicy Glow, I do feel like it's a really nice light medium to borderline medium coverage. It really evened out my skin tone. It provided me with some coverage that I was okay with, so I can definitely see myself reaching for this one for kind of like everyday look, and it just stayed put. It actually covered up my redness, which is something that I definitely want to make sure that a foundation or a tinted moisturizer is going to be doing. So this one did work out just fine for me. Let's go ahead and talk about the star of the show, in my opinion, which is this Radiant Concealer. It is absolutely gorgeous. Love the texture of it. Love the coverage that it gives me. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely stunning. Not only that, but I actually picked up a good shade because this is going to give me a little bit of brightness under the eyes, in the center of my face, but I can also use it by itself. I know that I can, and I am just so happy that it's really nice and hydrating, but it still gives me the coverage that I want, especially in the inner part of my eye. Definitely medium buildable, and I am obsessed with this concealer already. Let me tell you, this is definitely getting me back into Shape Tape, which I cannot even believe that I'm saying it, just because it is so good. It does feel really nice and hydrating on the skin. Once you set it, if you set it with the right powder, it's definitely going to just stay in place. And I absolutely love my Givenchy powder, which is what I use on this side right here to set that concealer in place. It just gave me like flawlessness. It actually blurred my pores, my pores, and it just, you know, provided me with a really nice mattifying but lightweight at the same time. But when it comes to this powder right here, which is what I have on this side of my face, I'm going to say no to the under eyes whatsoever. I had to build it up so much just to provide me with the right coverage that I want, because I am oily to combination. I do need something to really set everything in place in the center of my face, and this one was just not doing it. I can definitely see myself using this powder for the rest of my face with a fluffy brush, much better than to add in it to a specific area. Even if I was to use this tool, I just didn't really like the finish. Again, I just feel like it's emphasizing my texture. I just feel like it's really settling into my fine lines, and it is a big no for me. When it comes to the blushes, these are definitely beautiful. They are both called Berry, which is kind of weird because they are both in the same Tarte family, but they are completely different from each other. This one is definitely more on the sheer side. It is a little bit less pigmented than this one right here. You guys saw the swatches, and I gotta say that I'm very surprised of how different they are from one another. Even the formula is definitely different. They're still really nice and beautiful and glowy, and once you powder everything, they're not as pigmented as when I first applied it, but they are really nice. So it really depends on what you are looking for. If you are more on the tan complexion, a little bit deeper in complexion, then this one is definitely going to be the best way for you to go, just because this one, it might end up looking as a blush topper or highlighter on your skin tone, versus this one is definitely going to give you a really nice color on your cheeks, which I really do like. So I'm happy that I have them both. They are different enough for me to be happy to have them both in my collection. And the last product that I use from Tarte that I tried today is this one right here, which is the Maracuja Juicy Lips. Now I see what all the rave is all about. I know that these ones were super popular last year. Now we have different versions of these ones right here from many different brands, but if you're looking for something that is from Tarte, then this one is definitely going to give you exactly what it says, which is juicy lips. They look really nice, glossy and really plumpy. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It is that minty formula, but they do not feel uncomfortable whatsoever. So that is pretty much my first impressions when it comes to all the products that I used today. But don't you worry, because we're not going anywhere yet. I am going to be doing the wear test. It is a 2:47 in the afternoon right now, so I am going to just tidy up a little bit because it is a little too messy for my liking, and then I am going to pick up my kids. I will do a little check-in later on today, just giving you natural lighting, and then I'll check back with you guys after I put my baby to sleep. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so here is a natural lighting, and here's how the skin looks, and it is about 3:05 in the afternoon. I just finished cleaning up, tidying up upstairs, and now I have to go and pick up my kids. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how the skin looks before I get busy and then I forget. All right, see you guys later. Everything is really nice and shiny right now, so let's just go ahead and take a quick look. So again, you can see that my oils has definitely come through, but even so, the foundation is actually looking pretty good because there is no separation on the foundation. There is no breakage around the nose area or the mouth, and usually that happens a lot with any type of foundations. But you can see that even though it is emphasizing now my pores and the texture that I have, it's still looking really nicely. The lines is actually pretty nice as well. Even though I do have some fine lines on my forehead, there's no buildup of the foundation on my forehead either. And yeah, everything is looking really nice. The one thing that I actually do see right away is so much texture here in this area, and it's because of the powder that we use, and I have mentioned it throughout this video. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it's definitely a lesson learned for myself as well. I don't think that this powder is definitely a good one for the under eyes, at least enough for me. It could definitely be used for the rest of my face. I did use it to clean up this area right here, and it doesn't look cakey or anything. It still looks pretty nice. So again, this powder could actually just be worn for the rest of the face, but definitely not for my under eye. Another thing that I am noticing about the Shape Tape Radiant Concealer, I actually used it on my lids, and you can see that the eyeshadow is actually broken apart. I mean, you can see how separated they are, so definitely not something that I'm going to be doing at all. And I do feel like the grayness and the darkness from the inner corner of my eyes is definitely peeking through. So I'm just soaking up a little bit of my oils with this sponge. I'm not even adding any powder whatsoever, just so we can have a more serious conversation and I can feel a little bit more comfortable not being so shiny. So just remember that this video is a first impression / review and wear test. So this is my first time trying a lot of products from Tarte that I have never tried before, and even though I do have a really nice feel about certain products, I still want to test them out a little bit longer for you guys and then come back maybe in a month and let you guys know my real thoughts after trying it a couple of more times. But that is it for this video, my friends. I hope that this is helpful, just in case you guys were interested in seeing all of these products from Tarte in action. I hope that I was able to assist you with that. Please don't forget to like and of course subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time.